This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Ghimire with the news. The headlines first. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dal Prachanda inaugurates Pokhara Regional International Airport. Prime Minister Dahal says Pokhara Airport will help develop national economy. Province 1 Chief Parshuram Khapung calls parties to stake claim to form government. And leftist leader Lula da Silva, sworn in as the new president of Brazil, says tackling inequality and climate change his main priority. Now the news in detail. The Pokhara Regional International Airport was inaugurated amid a grand ceremony in Pokhara yesterday. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dal Prachanda yesterday unveiled a plaque marking the official inauguration of the airport. In the inauguration ceremony, Prime Minister Dahal stated that international connectivity had been established following the operation of the country's third international airport in Pokhara. He expressed his confidence that the operation of the airport would help uplift the national economy. The Prime Minister added that he had taken initiatives for the prompt construction of the airport through the Chinese embassy and in face-to-face meetings with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. He also urged the Chinese government to extend support in the construction of projects including the railway service and in easing trade by opening transit points. On the occasion, Prime Minister Dahal said the construction of Nijgarh International Airport would be started soon. The head of the government said the construction of Nijgarh International Airport was required as the air routes was the effective way for connectivity in a landlocked country like Nepal. Prime Minister Dahal also reiterated that the government under his leadership would carry out works taking social justice, good governance and people's prosperity as the main slogan. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Bishnu Prasad Paudel has said the government will provide support for the operation of the Pokhara Regional International Airport. Addressing the airport inauguration ceremony in Pokhara yesterday, Finance Minister Paudel said the government would provide maximum support for the construction of other remaining infrastructures for the airport. Finance Minister Paudel reiterated that political stability and social justice were the nation's needs at present. Noting that although there were some problems in the country's economy, Finance Minister Paudel expressed his confidence in bringing it back on track. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dal Prachanda has asserted that incumbent government's policy is to carry out good works. In a meeting with the party's leaders and cadres from Karnali province at his official residence at Balwatar yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal said it was the government's main duty to carry out positive works taking the people into confidence. Prime Minister's press coordinator Surya Kiran Sharma said the Prime Minister instructed the party leaders and cadres to work better whatever it required, hard work, dedication and bearing of hardship. The Prime Minister shared that talks were being made for integrating the communist movement and forming the Socialist Forum. The Chief of Province No. 1, Parshuram Khapung, has called on the parties representing in the Province Assembly to stake a claim for the formation of the provincial government. Province Chief Khapung called on the parties to claim for the government formation with the support of two or more than two parties since no single party has a clear majority in the Province Assembly. The political parties have been asked to stake claim for forming the new government within 5 p.m. on the 8th of January. Lumbini Province Assembly members took the oath of office and secrecy amidst a ceremony in the provincial capital, Bhalubang, yesterday. Province Chief Amik Serchan administered the oath to the newly elected members. Lumbini Province Assembly Secretary Durlab Kumar Poon said senior-most member in the Assembly, Diliraj Pusal, will chair a session of the Assembly until the election of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Province Assembly take place. The Provincial Assembly meeting of Sudur Paschim Province has been called for today. Province Chief Debraj Joshi has called the Province Assembly session to start from today. Province Assembly Secretary Deb Bahadur Bogati said the senior-most member of the Province Assembly, Man Bahadur Raul, would chair the meeting. The Standing Committee meeting of the CPN Unified Socialist has discussed matter of joining the present coalition government. Leader of the Unified Socialist, Gangalal Tuladar, said most of the party leaders stressed on supporting the present coalition government. As leader Tuladar said, the party members opined joining the coalition government once Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal sends a formal invitation to the party. Regarding the news of the party unification with CPN-UML, Leader Tuladar denied that there were any discussions on it. Construction of 44 bridges along the Pushpalal Mid-Hill Highway is still awaited when only 6 months are left until the expiry of the latest extended deadline. According to the Highway Project Directorate, 93 bridges out of 137 have been completed. The lack of sites to construct bridges is said to be the cause hindering the project's progress. The project connects to 26 districts, the number once again, 26 districts in the Mid-Hill. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. On to some international updates now. Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has been sworn in as the new president of Brazil for the third time. The veteran left-wing politician, known widely as Lula, also led the country between 2003 and 2010 and defeated Jair Bolsonaro in October's poll. In his first speech, Lula vowed to rebuild a country in terrible ruins. He said tackling inequality and climate change were his priorities. Lula and incoming Vice President Geraldo Alckmin paraded through the city on an open-top convertible before proceeding to the Congress building where the swearing-in occurred at the start of the formal inauguration ceremony. NATO's Secretary General has said that the Western countries must be prepared to provide long-term support to Ukraine as Russia shows no sign of relenting. According to BBC, Jens Stoltenberg told that military support would ensure the survival of Ukraine as a sovereign country and force Russia to sit down and negotiate an end to the war. Now, the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division. The weather is likely to be partly to generally cloudy in the hilly regions of province number 1 and partly cloudy to mainly fair in the rest of the country. Light rain is likely to occur at 1 or 2 places of province number 1. There are also chances of light snowfall at 1 or 2 places of the high mountainous region of the country. Kathmandu's weather report for the past 24 hours, the maximum temperature was recorded at 16.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature was recorded at 4.3 degrees Celsius. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin, but before wrapping up, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Prachanda inaugurates Pokhara Regional International Airport. Prime Minister Dahal says Pokhara Airport will help develop national economy. Province 1 Chief Parshuram Kapung calls parties to stake claim to form government. And leftist leader Lula da Silva, sworn in as the new president of Brazil, says tackling inequality and climate change his main priority. Well, that's all the news we have for this bulletin. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. You can also listen to us online at our website www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Also do check our English news portal at www.onlineradionepal.gov.np/English. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.